Hello fellow humans, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Melissa here, back with another video. Whoop whoop. Hi guys. Not been too long. I feel like every time I introduce a new vlog or a new video, I'm like, it's been such a long time because I'm so bad with updating consistently. But it actually hasn't been that long since I last updated. So I can be like, welcome back. It hasn't been too long. Nice to see ya. You know? So hi guys. This week we're doing a reading vlog. I just started reading this book and I wanted to do a reading vlog on it because I've heard so many good things about this book on booktube for years that when I saw it at the library last week, I was like, I have to start this book. I have to. It's ingrained in me that I have to start it. It was a no-brainer. So that's what I'm reading. Can you guys guess? You probably can't because I don't mention it a lot. But dun 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 dun. Can you guys even see because of the Renegades by Marissa Meyer, not Melissa. I always want to include myself in everything. Renegades by Marissa Meyer. This is a young adult dystopian novel. Woo woo. This is bringing me back to my what is it called? Divergent days. Anytime I read a young adult dystopian novel, I'm like, Divergent, is that you? Maze Runner, is that you? So yes, I'm reading Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I got it at the library last week, and I'm about a little over 50 pages in so far. Let me set the scene. So we are. This is in an alternative universe where this is kind of in the future where we're living in anarchy. There's no law system, there's no prisons, there's no cops or anything like that. It's real complete anarchy. So there was a group of people who decided, hey, we can't be living in this anarchy anymore. This is too much. So they decided to basically become superheroes and protect the city type of thing. And then you have our main character Nova, who hates these superheroes. They're called the Renegades. She hates them because of something that happens in the first chapter. So I don't want to spoil it because it's not at the back of the book, but it does happen in the first chapter. And she does not trust the Renegades at all. She does not believe in them. So she is someone she is a part of a group of people who are in opposition to the Renegades, kind of like the villain. She's technically a supervillain, basically. And our love interest / our other main character, Adrian, is part of the Renegades and is a superhero. So it's kind of like an opposites attract kind of thing. I haven't gotten to the main plot of the book yet, because right now, so far where I am is mostly just building up the world building and also kind of setting up the dynamics between the Renegades and I forgot the name of the villains. Yeah, I don't think that they say it, but it also has a little bit of magic in it because both our characters Nova and Adrian have superpowers. So yeah, that's why they're superheroes. They would just be heroes if they didn't have superpowers. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm really enjoying Nova. Surprisingly, from the first chapter, I've sympathized and connected with her, which is rare for me. I really struggle connecting with book characters, so I really like that. I've been enjoying her character so far. I'm also enjoying Adrian's character. He's not a little confusing, but just he wasn't who I thought he was going to be. When I read the synopsis and I kind of, as I said before, this book has been floating around booktube for so long that I knew the basic premise going into it. So the image that I had for his character was a little different. You know what I mean? So when it started, when we got into his point of view, do POV, hey, it has both Nova and Adrian's point of view. I was like, oh, Adrian is actually really cool. And not cool, but different to what I thought he was going to be. Because I thought he was going to be cool, but I didn't think he was going to be the way that he is. And I may be just I'm over exaggerating this, but that's just what I thought. So yeah, those are my first impressions so far. I really like the world. It's giving me very Gotham vibes, just in chaos and and like no order type of thing, even though there's these superheroes, So yeah, cannot wait to show you guys more. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and comment down below if you also read Renegades or also have been wanting to read it like me for years because you've been hearing it on BookTube. Let me know. Okay guys, so I am about 200 pages in, and here are my thoughts so far. Like the trope of having a girl living in the slums, like not having a good childhood compared to the guy who's living in high society and has so much privilege, is not a trope that's unknown. But I think the way that they're doing it also with the whole superhero dystopian background, I think it makes it so much more interesting, because it's not just like she was poor and she's lived in the slums. Like there's a story behind it, and it's related to him, it's related to Adrian. So it's not like they're just enemies because they live in different backgrounds. They're enemies for a real reason. It's not just, like, their environments are not just the only thing that makes them so opposite. And usually one thing I don't like in books is when the main character has a huge secret that is related to the other love interest and then they don't say anything. But in the context of this book, Nova's secret is like, it's like so detrimental to the whole book that if she told Adrian now, the book would just end. Like, it would just end in 200 pages. So I do like the whole idea of like her keeping a secret of her identity, and also him keeping a secret because he's also has a secret identity. So I'm trying not to give too much of the plot away, and that's why I'm being so vague. But they both definitely have their own secrets, their own identities that they're keeping from each other and from everybody else. Not just like there's people that know, like they're keeping it to themselves, and their secret identities are related to each other. So I'm 200 pages in, and only now they are getting into, like, they haven't really interacted much with the two of them. Most of this 200 pages has just been like us getting to know Adrian and Noah individually, and then so now they just met for the second time. So they still have like very first impressions of each other. And so we haven't really gone into their dynamic. This is not really, I don't think romance is the biggest part of this book. I think the biggest part is the political and dystopian world dynamic and vengeance and justice. That's the main part of the book, of Nova getting vengeance and Adrian getting justice and finding justice, which is different, and I like that because romance is not the main part of the book. So yeah, I'm stopping right now at 200 pages. I just read 100 pages, and I'm feeling sick, so I'm gonna take a nap probably. After I just ate breakfast, I'm gonna take a nap, and maybe I'll get back into it in the afternoon. But yeah, 200 pages in, enjoying it so far. Hi everyone. So it is many days later. I have a new hairdo. I actually did my hair today, and I am 450 pages. 500 pages into Renegades. Whoop, 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 whoop. I actually did my hair today, and any black girl who reads, who's out there, you guys know this is how much I have like left. This small section, I have about 50 pages left. All the black girls out there know that when you're doing your hair, it's like literally the best time to get some reading done. Surprisingly, they did my hair really fast because it was two ladies that did my hair, and my braids are like medium sized. So I took 3 hours when usually it takes like, for me at least 6. So I'm just so surprised that I went there at like 9 and I was finished at 12. But I was like, oh, okay, I have the rest of the day. I literally slotted my whole day into doing my hair, but I guess I have the whole day free. So I read about 250 pages throughout the day, throughout them doing my hair, and I'm invested, heavily so. I'm invested in the love story between Nova and Adrian. Yes, Adrian. I'm invested in their secret identities because they still don't suspect each other at all, and like that's so surprising because I was at least thinking, well, there is 3 books in this series, so I was at least thinking like towards the end of this book they would like start suspecting each other, but they don't suspect each other at all. So that's kind of shocking. And interesting though, because there is 3 books, I guess, so it would have been like, I think, a waste to like get them suspicious now. So we'll see in the last 50 pages what happens. But I don't kind of feel like it, you know, when you're ending a book and you kind of feel like stuff are unraveling, stuff is coming to light, stuff like, it doesn't really feel like that. It just kind of, still feels like I'm in the middle of the book, even though I'm supposed to be like ending it now. So I don't know how they're going to end this book. I'm suspecting that we might like, it'll probably end on a cliffhanger. Cliffhanger of what information? I don't know. It could go in so many different directions at right now. I am really interested in the other characters, because especially Adrian's parents and one of Adrian's brother, friend, whatever, Max. I'm really interested in Max because some very interesting information came out about Max like a few pages ago, and I'm like, that would have been something that's so interesting. That's something I never expected. So I'm very interested to see what happens with Max and how his character develops throughout the series, because he's a very interesting character, very interesting powers. So I want to know how his powers are going to be used throughout this month. So yeah, I'll come back when I finished. I have to return this book to the library tomorrow, so I have to finish it. And yeah, I'll let you know my thoughts. Right now it's looking like a 4-star, 4.5. It's really hard to rate series. Like, there's still 2 more books that I need to read. So I finished the book and forgot to end the video. So I just finished Renegades. I came back from the library about 20 minutes ago from returning it because I wanted to get there way before 12. I didn't want to be there as it was like literally closing. So I just returned the library book. And I finished Renegades, and I'm a little conflicted. Okay, one part of me is like, has to remember that this is the first book in a series, and so I shouldn't expect a very conclusive ending. And then another part of me was just kind of like, that's it? That's it? You know, because the way that it ended, like, it wasn't in such a cliffhanger that I was like, oh, I'm ready to read the next book. It was kind of just like they ended like right in the middle of a story, like right in the middle of the plot, which, like, again, it's the first book in the series, so it makes sense. But like, the big was there a reveal? There was a reveal at the end that I was just like, okay, why do we care? I was like, okay, I don't really care that this is happening. So I'm like kind of conflicted because I'm like, should I read the next book in the series? Because like, to be honest, what I'm most invested in is the love story, Nova and Adrian. I feel like even though that is not the main part of the book, the way that their relationship was developed, I really enjoyed. And the place that they were getting to towards the end of the novel, I was also enjoying. So I'm like, should I just read the next one because of Adrian and Nova? Just to continue on with their love story. But yeah, I'm gonna read the next book. I'm gonna read it because I just want to see what's gonna happen. But it's definitely like, I think my thought of what the ending would be like was that Nova and Adrian's identities, they would come closer to figuring out who each person was, or figure it out, like their secret identities, both their respective secret identities. And both of them are not even close to figuring out who the other person is. So I'm like, okay. So that's what I thought the ending would be like, but instead we just got like I can't even know how to describe it. Like, it was just kind of like, oh, okay. One person that we thought was dead is not dead. Okay. Like, what does that help us with? Like it would be understandable, like, if the person who we thought was dead was going to help us. And what we know, like, oh, them being alive would be a great advantage. But Nova knew this person was alive the whole novel, and she didn't go to this person for help. So it's just like, so they're not going to add anything for help, because then they would have throughout the whole novel. Unless this person's like a last resort. I hope this is not a spoiler, but yeah. I'm confused. I'm not confused, but a little disappointed. But I'm really interested to continue because of Nova and Adrian. Like, I've really gotten attached to those characters. So Marissa Meyer does the really good job in attaching you to her characters and making you care about their stories. So that's one part of the novel that I really enjoyed. The characters and their development and their relationships. All the characters even. But just in terms of like the overall plot and the whole like plot of things, it just felt like it was moving really slowly. And again, towards the end, like I'm just thinking, okay, it's gonna pick up, but it never did. So it's like, I guess I just have to read the rest of the series. I know, it's hard rating books and series because it's like, this is only like one part of a whole trilogy. So it's like, I can't really judge it on the things I'm judging it on, because it's like, well, it is the first book in the series, you know what I mean? Yeah, so that was my review and reading vlog of Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I have to go. I'm going back home to Joburg, so I'm not going to be able to go back to that library to get the second book until I come back, unless the Joburg library has it, which I doubt, which I seriously doubt. But yeah, I may read it online. Who knows? I may just get the Kindle of it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Even though it took like 2 weeks and I changed hairstyles mid halfway through the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this video, and turn on your notifications for my channel so that you're notified every time I post a new video. Whoop whoop. So bye guys, see you in the next video.